what's up, buddy? Now that we're, every year we're kind of drafting a guy and he's coming into the system. Now, we got a chance to see them at Def Camp. It's a little bit more exciting for us because, we're building our own kind of little thing, our own team, I would say. So now that we have a few of them on the ice at the same time, it's more exciting for us to be here and watch these guys play and see how they develop and how they play throughout the year and keep improving. And obviously, we want to build stable goalies here and being able to have a supply of guys that are able to step in at any time, as we see every year. More and more, there you need 3-4 guys that can play in the NHL and get some wins. So I think that's what we're trying to build here.
Like you said, that stable's been growing. What's it like for you personally, and then watch these guys have success throughout the year? Just kind of like a pride moment there.
Of course, I mean it's like it's almost like I'm managing my own little team, on the side. So. We talk to these guys, we care about them, we want them to develop, we want them to contribute, we want them to be part of this organization in the future. And so far, I mean, it's the early stages still. It's been 3 years, but we're not going to see the fruits of that labor well into a few more years when these guys are finally becoming pro and going to the American League, the National Hockey League, and then we just have a pipeline of guys that are going to be ready to play.
A lot of these guys have talked about how just cool it is to be able to give you a call, Luongo and everything. Have you gotten that impression, just how just when you interact with them, just how cool it is, I guess, for them to be able to pick your brain?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's fun for me too, because I always bring myself to when I was that age, and that's how I relate to them. And for example, like Clifford this year he just got drafted. He's here, 18 years old. So I bring myself back to the island when I first got there, and eyes wide open and excited and nervous. So I know what he's going through. So really able to help them out more so with that kind of stuff than maybe the technical aspect. That's what the coaches are there for. I'm more of a mental type experience and just mindset type of guy. I let the coaching to the coaches.
Since you guys have had the group, I guess, every year you've drafted one goalie.
Yeah.
A lot of teams will draft multiple goalies, but you guys seem to zero in on 1 or 2 guys that you really like and go after it. What's the mindset going into that in terms of just zeroing in?
Yeah, I mean, I think first it's a collaboration with the amateur scouts as well. They put in a lot of work and communication with them throughout the year. I think as a whole, we try to target one goalie per draft. It's not set in stone; it varies. But as of now, every year we've taken one guy. We put in the work all year. We have a bunch of goalie scouts, in Europe. One in Europe and a couple here in North America, and we work together all year to find guys, not only amateur but pros as well. When we get closer to the draft, we talk with our amateur scouts and we put the list together and where they fit in with the players. And we come up with a game plan. Usually, we'll have anywhere between 15 to 20-ish goalies on the list per year, depending on the year. But there's always about 5 or 6 guys that we really like and we target, and we try to pinpoint what round we think we can get them in, and then we work with the amateurs with that.
You got a lot of guys here playing different places, coming from different places. What's it like just to get all the goalies and all the all you guys together in person here in a week like this?
It's amazing. We did it last year for the first time, and this is second time. We don't really get to be together as a group ever during the season because guys got their own stuff going on. They're scouting and they have the different projects that they're working on. So just gives us a chance to be together and as a group and spend some time and go out to dinners and maybe talk a little bit about the upcoming season and what our plans are, and evaluate goalies that we've drafted and see what we can do better.
Tyler said yesterday that one of the lessons he's learned from you is that you got to evolve over your career. And you mentioned 3 years doing this. I'm just wondering, what's something you've learned in those 3 years that maybe you didn't see when you were in the crease?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a different view from up top. You see the game a little bit differently. So it's a lot easier when you're watching them playing, obviously. But you just learn better how to scout better. What to look for when you are scouting, that type of stuff. And I think the most important thing for me is to rely on the people that I work with. I think those are the people that put in the most work as far as that. And then I rely on them and we work as a team, and I try to manage all of that.
A
lot of the younger guys here have really praised Spencer Knight for his leadership ability here. Does it help almost having another member of the goaltender excellence program there helping him out?
Yeah, I mean, Spence has been working hard. I think we're all excited to see him back. So he just like everybody else, he's still 22 years old. He's got to keep improving and, working on not only his game, but everything. Being a pro comes with a lot of stuff, and that's what my main goal is for him, to help him out.
You talk about different vantage points. How much is this helping? Like you said, you kind of have the view from up top, and then Leo's out there on the ice, seeing up close and personal. You kind of meet in the middle then there on what you guys see?
Of course. I mean, me and Leo talk every day, multiple times a day. So our brains are wired the same. So when we talk, we know what, we're on the same page most of the time. And we come up with the game plan, but not only with him, but all the other members as well. And I think that's the best part about our group is we're all connected, but we're all a little bit different in our own way. And sometimes, we have to be able to think outside the box and be able to adapt, just like when you're playing goal. You can't always do the same thing. You have to be able to have an open mind and move, tweak if you have to. But as long as you keep learning and keep getting better, that's our goal. Yeah.
What about Cooper Black?
Yeah.
I mean, what just kind of stands out about him, and what are maybe some challenges and advantages of being so big?
Yeah, well, he's not done growing yet. I think he's got a few more inches before. I mean, he's a guy that we identified early in the season as a guy that we'd potentially like to bring to Def Camp and see, what he looks like. I think he's obviously got the size, but we've obviously saw that he's got some tools as well to play goal. And for a big guy, he moves great. So this is a good week for us to evaluate and talk to him and see where his head's at and what's he thinking for the future. And we'll keep in touch and see where it goes.
You touched on Olaf Blifford a little bit, but what made him the guy that you guys targeted in the draft this year?
Well, a few different things. I think obviously, one of the things is talent first and foremost, but he's got a good frame, and he's a guy that we think that even though he's 18, I think he still has a long way to go in his development. So we identified the talent, and we look at the upside. I think he's just at the early stages of his upside, and there's a lot of untapped potential there. So I think that that's a guy that we're excited about, that we can work with over the next few years and hopefully see him in the NHL.
He said he grew up with a poster of you on his wall. Did that help at all?
I didn't know that till after we drafted him, so I might have knocked him down a few notches if I did.
You said that poster had a Canucks jersey on. You're working on finding him with a Panthers jersey?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. What'd you say?